guys, this is Bakishan Aroshid from Department of English Education Program. Exactly, I'm in semester 5 at Pancasila University, Bekasi. Today, I want to explain to you about how to teach students or learners with one method. And here is my method, Total Physical Response method. So, before I explain you about this method and how to use this way, let me tell you the definition of it. What is Total Physical Response? But before watching my next video, don't forget to like, comment below, also subscribe my YouTube channel so you can get a notification of mine. Okay, let's check this out. Have you heard of teaching technique called Total Physical Response, better known as a TPR? The TPR technique is applied by TEFL teachers around the world, both in actual and the virtual classroom. Let's take a closer look at using TPR for teaching English to find out what exactly it is, why it's so important for our teaching, and how and when you should use it. So, what is Total Physical Responses? Total Physical Response, or TPR, was systematized as a language teaching method by American psychologist James Asher in the 1970s. It is rooted in the belief that when action is combined with language, learning is boosted. TPR is comprehension approach, stressing the importance of input in the initial phase and modeled on the stress-free way that children learn their mother tongue. By listening to the target language and converting it to action, speaking will eventually manifest spontaneously. Motor activity encourages right brain learning to long-term storage, or similar to learning to ride bicycle. It should also be mentioned that this method gained relevance from the 70s of the previous century, since it is also based on several important traditions, among them developmental psychology, learning theory, and humanistic and constructivist pedagogy of teachers. In addition to the language teaching procedures, humanistic and constructivity proposed by Harold and Dorothy Palmer in the 1925 and Krashen's theory on input and output. The role of the teacher is to teach grammar in an inductive way. The voice, actions, and gestures can be enough to develop a class-based object such as books, notebooks, photos that illustrate specific situations and furniture. So, Total Physical Response is considered to be an excellent way of learning vocabulary. Moreover, since it is based on comments, the students can easily learn the meaning of the words in the target language. This method is quite popularly used for young learners. Lessons in the PPR primarily focus on learning in the meaning. It is not about learning grammar. It is more of comprehension approach, whereby recognizing the meaning of the comments is crucial. It is important to notice that such a method is mostly teacher-controlled. This is because the student is only expected to listen and act accordingly. The procedural techniques in this approach do not limit to fulfilling the comments only. Teachers also use role plays and slide presentations to make it more interesting for the students. This method exposes the learner to spoken language input. This means that the students are constantly involved in decoding the messages that are a part of the teacher's comments. In this method, grammar is not taught directly. In fact, it is through the developing of listening comprehension skills that the students eventually acquire an understanding of the grammatical structures of the language as well. Since it is mainly about listening, the students are not forced to speak. Once the students have acquired basic understanding through listening, they are then motivated to speak in the language. In the initial stages, the student is allowed to use the native language. The teacher is active and direct. It is the one who decides what is taught, who presents the model and the new materials. Finally, the teacher must provide learning opportunities. They must allow the development of the oral ability of the students according to their own natural development, and they must not correct of the students at the beginning, but rather when more time has passed and the students have a greater knowledge of the language. The role of the students is to listen and act. Follow the teacher's instructions through actions. The students check and evaluate their own progress so they are motivated to speak when they feel ready. So after giving you the explanation about total second response method or TPR's method, now let's check next video about how to teach learners with this method. This video from Cambridge University Pratt TEFL. Happy watching!
Okay? Now, you do it with me. Okay? You do it with me. Now, say hello to your mom. Hello. Say hello to your mom. Hello. You are hungry.
A TPR sequence is demonstrated. The children listen and do the movements accordingly. The sentences are repeated several times. In the beginning, it's important to maintain the order. The children learn to understand the meaning of the sentences with the help of mimes, gestures and drawings on the board. Doing the movements themselves is an important memory aid.
Show the palm to your mom. Your mom says,
Soon, the children can make the movements on their own and in a different order.
say hello to your mom. Your mom says, eek. Say hello to your mom. Your mom shows you some plants. Your mom says, eek. Eek. Okay? Say hello to your mom. You are hungry. Your mom shows you some plants. Cut open the plant. Show the plant to your mom. Very good. Okay, you listen to the CD and you write the numbers. Here we go.
Say hello to your mom.
It's 1, 2.
You're hungry.
The children listen to the sentences from the CD. They write the numbers by the pictures in their book. Afterwards, they compare their results.
And here, 6. And the last number here, 2.
So guys, that's the video about how to apply this method in the class. I hope you can practice and inspire this method in your own class, right? So from that video, we knew that the principles of TPR method has 3. There are actions before words, pairing movement and thought, and that's the typical features of TPR lesson. Target language, teacher-centered, low-stress environment, motor activity elicited by spoken comments, no requirement for any learner to speak until ready, comments like spoken and initially demonstrated by teacher, and elicit physical response like stand up, pick up the book, and close your eyes, comments later given by learners to teacher and others, inductive learning of grammar, example like no explicit grammar teaching, extended action sequences, create letter, more advanced vocab and grammar, the structure possibly if somebody just knocked at the door and stand up. So what age group is TPR best suited for? TPR has become a very popular technique, especially with children. In the classroom with young learners, using this method could be as simple as pairing comments such as touch your nose or show me 5 fingers with the action of doing so yourself. Children can also easily sing along with the teacher to songs that integrate this movement with language. Children are naturally curious and enthusiastic about new things, which makes them less shy and or hesitate to express themselves using their entire bodies. So, does TPR work with adults? It certainly can, so as you might suspect. adult learners are not always as enthusiastic about activities that involve TPR as young learners. However, it is possible to use this method in certain situations with adults, such as simple activity, use it to teach imperatives in which passages such as sit down, stand up, and pick up your pencil can be performed to correct the grammar with the cycle movement. When should we use this TPR method? Are you curious about this? So let's check my next video. You can use TPR to teach specific verbs as mentioned in the example of imperatives with adults or with kids. You can pick a fun song with lots of movement, verbs in it, and use it as a warm-up activity. Songs like the Cha-Cha Slide or the Superman song are great for teaching young learners. That's it. You can also use TPR to teach nouns. As you can imagine, the technique works very well for nouns that have an obvious action, like headache. Other words that could easily be paired with actions might include toothache, banana, football, and swimming. These nouns can be taught in the same way that you would teach verbs. TPR doesn't work so well for more static nouns like table. Using TPR actions with classroom language will help you to avoid many misunderstandings. Make sure you give the instruction while you demonstrate the actions and get the students to repeat the TPR gesture. For example, if you want students to open their books, open yours while making the request. Then, get the students to repeat the action while saying the instructions. So guys, that's all of my definition and how I explain you about the TPR's method or totally second response. And thank you so much for watching my video. Hopefully, my video can inspire you when you want to teach English lesson in your own class. Thanks for everything, and I'll see you then.